Now what will it be? Death or exile?
Hello everyone, and welcome to another edition of the TV Exiles. This week we are continuing our look at HBO's new series Watchmen. As a reminder, we will be covering each episode with more spoilers as we discuss the growing narrative. So let's get into episode 4. Let's start with the official synopsis from HBO. Reclusive trillionaire Lady True finally enters the stage with a mysterious offer. With Blake getting closer to the truth of her cover-up, Angela enlists Looking Glass for help. Meanwhile, the blonde man trains 2 new servants. Continuing my question from the last 3 weeks, is this Watchmen? After last week's episode finally clicked with me and really started to feel like Watchmen, I feel this week took a step back again. There are many different plots happening, but none of them really gave me the same feeling that episode 3 did. Like the first 2 episodes, I'm still intrigued by what's happening and bewildered as to where all the pieces fit together. Episode 4 is still continuing to introduce new characters and elements seemingly important to the big picture, but without feeling like it's moving towards an end game. At the beginning of the episode, we are introduced to trillionaire Lady True, who purchased Veidt Industries after Adrian Veidt quote-unquote disappeared. The scene plays very well to her power and genius as she shows up in the middle of the night at random to offer to buy a couple's farmhouse on the spot. She manipulates them into signing over their property immediately, using their desire to have a child while being infertile. And you see why she's worked so fast as to secure the property when moments later an object crashes down from the sky onto her newly acquired property. We still don't know what that object is, but it's obviously something that she knew was going to happen and that she wanted. The story with Jeremy Irons also continues to get stranger as we find out that his servants are definitely clones, but are harvested as fetuses from a nearby lake using what looks to be crab traps. He then takes them to a machine that rapidly ages them to their full-grown selves. 4 episodes in, and this was my first real what in the actual fuck moment. It was truly bizarre. From there, he continues his attempts, though, to escape whatever prison he is being held in by catapulting the dead bodies of his servants into the clouds. The episode ends with us finding out that the old man that Angela has been investigating is not what he led her to believe, and that he is fully involved in the plot that is unfolding. From a technical standpoint, the show is now showing a bit more of what we've been waiting for with some very cool sci-fi architecture and technology. The score from Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross is still excellent. As was the case last week, it is beginning to fit the tone and style of the show that I feel it didn't in the first couple episodes. And as always, can't wait to hear more of it. And finally, let's talk about Easter eggs. Physical eggs actually play a large part in this episode, as it deals with fertility and cloning. The couple at the beginning sell eggs from their farm, and are shown dropping an armful of them, causing them to break, obviously becoming useless. This mirrors the woman's own eggs being labeled as damaged or useless since she cannot bear a child. Also, the machine that Adrian Veidt uses to rapidly age the cloned fetuses is also shaped like an egg. But my favorite Easter egg this week is the book Fog Dancing that the farmer is reading at the beginning of the episode. In Watchmen lore, this book is written by Max Shea, who wrote the very well-known comic book Tales from the Black Freighter. It's a very cool nod that will likely go unnoticed by most. In closing, while I sense episode 4 is a step backwards from last week in feeling like a Watchmen story, I still find myself very intrigued by what is happening, and I really need to find out what the hell is going on. We are at the halfway point of the season now, but something tells me we are just getting started. And until next time, stay exiled.